Good morning, everybody. Some of you probably know that in just 4 weeks or 1 month, we will be celebrating Easter Sunday. And when I say Easter, I wonder what you're thinking about. Are you thinking about a donkey or a cup or some coins? No, you look rather puzzled. You are probably thinking about Easter eggs. Well, the first Easter actually happened over 2,000 years ago, and there were no Easter eggs in the story. But I do have some Easter eggs in this carton to tell you about the one true, real meaning of Easter. So let's open it up and see what's inside. There are no edible eggs in here. There are symbols to tell us the Easter story. So let's take the first one and see what's inside. Well, it's a donkey. What does a donkey have to do with Easter? Well, let's look at the Easter story in my children's Bible. This says that Jesus and his disciples, his friends and followers, went to the city of Jerusalem for the Passover feast. Jesus told 2 of his disciples to bring him a donkey. He told them where to find it, and they obeyed him. Jesus rode the donkey into the city of Jerusalem. A big crowd welcomed him. The people had heard about Jesus and were so excited to see him that day. They even threw down palm branches in front of him and laid them on the road in front of the donkey. They shouted, "Hosanna, Hosanna, blessed is the King of Israel." They were rejoicing in the Lord. But the leaders of Jerusalem were not happy. They did not like Jesus. They saw how many people were following him, and they were angry about it. They were so jealous. Let's take out another egg and see what other item reminds us of the first Easter. Well, here we have our cup. So let's read the Bible story about that cup. And it says here that Jesus and his followers had come to Jerusalem for the Feast of Passover. And at that feast, people got together and had a supper together. And so that's what Jesus did. He and his disciples were sitting at a table, and Jesus picked up the loaf of bread and he broke it into pieces and he blessed it. And that means that he thanked God for the bread. And then he gave some of the pieces to each of the disciples. But Jesus said something interesting. He said, "This bread is my body. Every time you do this, think of me." Well, the disciples were interested in what he said. In the same way, he took a cup of wine and blessed it also. He gave it to the disciples to drink. Then he said, "This is my blood. It is poured out to forgive the sins of many." And if you can see the eyes of the disciples, they were as big as saucers. They were so surprised that Jesus said the wine was his blood. They didn't really understand what he was talking about. "The time has come for me to go away," Jesus said, "and where I am going, you cannot go just yet. I'm going to heaven to prepare a wonderful new home for you. But I will return to you soon. At first, you will be very sad, but don't be frightened. Soon you will understand, and you will be filled with joy." Okay, time for another egg. This is our last egg that we can open this morning. Let's see what's inside. It's some silver coins. I wonder what silver coins have to do with this story. Let's read out of the Bible. Now, Judas was one of Jesus' followers. but he wondered how he could help the religious leaders capture Jesus. So he snuck out of the supper and went to talk to them. He said, how much money would you give me if I help you catch Jesus? And the leaders said, 30 pieces of silver. Now Jesus had gone to his favorite garden to pray. The disciples were with him, but they fell asleep. So Jesus prayed alone. Father, he said, if it is your will, I am ready to give my life so that all the people who trust in me will be saved from their sins. Soon Judas arrived with some soldiers. Peter wanted to protect Jesus, but Jesus said, no, I must allow this to happen. So all the disciples ran away in fear of the soldiers, and Jesus alone was left, and he was arrested. I hope you get to talk about this a little bit with your parents this week, and next Sunday, hopefully, we'll open more eggs. Bye.